Well, as I was collecting my thoughts about talking about being a therapist at Penny Lane, the words of the beloved Persian poet Hafez came to mind, written in 1313. It's a lovely poem. It means something. Everyone you see, you say to them, "Love me." Of course, you don't do this out loud, otherwise someone would call the cops. Still though, think about this pull in us to connect. Why not be the one who lives with a full moon in each eye, that is always saying with that sweet moon language what every other eye in this world is dying to hear? A couple of years ago, Penny Lane's Voices of Our Children dropped a couple of plates in the middle of the day to stir up the ancestors for the moment. But there was a lovely motto that Voices had, which was, "It only takes you to heal a child." And this always stayed with me, because it begins with the intention. If you begin with the moon eyes of vision, if you speak with the sweet moon language, if you speak from the heart, well then perhaps some of the healing begins to pour through. Carl Jung, or C.G. Jung, the famous psychoanalyst, once had a very, very powerful dream that's always stayed with me. It was night. He was outside. It was dark. He was exposed and vulnerable to the elements. And suddenly a swirling cloud of darkness came upon him, and he was holding in his hands, cupped, a little candle that had the risk of blowing out. Fortunately, Jung was carrying a lighter on that particular occasion. And he had a thought, which was, at all costs, I must protect the little candle from the great darkness that approached. So I like this candle, because we, Penny Lane, all of us gathered here, dealing with sound issues, dishes clanging, and whatever else that's about to come along, are here about protecting the youth, the family's little candle, because of the darkness that is constantly menacing, because the little fragile flame is always at risk of going out. It only takes you. It only takes me. And it could be, for example, you donate time, a little bit of money perhaps. You're a therapist. Perhaps you're a mentor. You donate generously your talents and time. Whatever it is, there are many different paths, but the key is that, of course, you always have to cup at least one single solitary candle to make sure the flame doesn't go out. Because if you do, why, perhaps one can recover and discover the thread that the youth had lost of his life and of his purpose. Such a small and fragile thing, a thread, the thread of one's life, so easily torn from its root. Here we are, one thread, one person's life, one purpose, one destiny. Here before us, there it is. One path for one individual that we attend to. Maestro. In spite of his joy, in spite of his smiles, the little soul, full of innocence, descended into this world, dreaming full of wonder and magic. But as we've been talking about all tonight, sometimes the heart darkens through loss. His father was arrested, sent off, and of course his heartstring broke watching him leave. When he came back several years later, he was a changed man, and the boy's mother heroically and prayerfully carried on, met her husband returning, but he was a changed man. And when that fight happened between his mother and his father, and the police came, his father was led away in handcuffs. The light flickered, and the heartstrings, they burned. When his brother joined the gang, thinking that he'd find a new family to some extent, but was shot a year later. And this little soul that had entered the world with such enthusiasm cut all ties as he was placed in foster care and removed his hands that had been cupped around his little flame because it hurt too much. This was his life, tangled and confused, loose ends, jagged, rough, burnt, loose ends. But I'm not here to tell you about that sadness. I'm here to tell you about the joy that can come. As the silence descends upon the room, perhaps those ailing souls that come through the doors of Penny Lane are quietly listening. If you take those loose ends and we hold them in our cupped hands as if we were holding the boy's cupped heart, or any of the children that come in with such pain and such scarring, and you hold them with love, with moon eyes, speaking that sweet moon language, why then just perhaps, if we're graced, the magic happens with a heartwarming touch of your spirit. Here we are, maybe our own separate pieces, but together, united in one vision and one cause, we make heart connections to the youth and the families who need it, just as perhaps I've been able to make a little heart connection with each of you in some way. And if we come together in that beloved vision that is the spirit and essence of Penny Lane, well then maybe the words of Khalil Gibran echo it best. My soul preached to me and taught me to love that which the people hate and to befriend he who they revile. My soul preached to me. My soul preached to me, and a thread was in my heart attached between two pegs. But now it is a halo where the end of it begins and the beginning ends. Suddenly it surrounds every being and slowly extends with love and embrace to all that shall be. And we are gathered to create that shall be. Let us open our hearts. Let us open our mouths. Thank you.